Bruh, I know y'all are not dressed like the rich people from Hunger Games and y'all out here laughing at her hat. First off, sir, what is up with your hair? What are you right here with the swirly octopus hair that's pink and blonde? No, you can't be laughing at nobody. Please jump off a bridge. You right here, what is this sticking out your head? You got antenna like a bug. I'm coming for all y'all, bro. Don't be laughing at my girl Elphaba, bro. I don't like this at all.
Walk with me throughout the sands of time. Love me through the dark desert night. Hold me close, be my partner in crime. Love like glue, the bound water tide.
I just need to know that you're gonna be ride or die. If kingdoms turned into dust, would you still be my ally? If life wrapped its hands around my neck, bow tie, would you still love me? Just let me know if.
What up, Pride? It's your boy Amari, back again with another reaction video. Today we are getting into part 6 or 7 of I don't know what part we're on, whatever part it says on the title. We're getting into, I think it's part 6. Part 6 of Wicked. We paused like right in the middle of the scene last time because I went over last time. So we're getting right back into it. I'm gonna start a little bit back from where I paused before so it flows more naturally. But hopefully you guys are having a great day. Hopefully you're enjoying your holiday season. Whatever winter holidays you celebrate, Christmas, Hanukkah, if you're currently celebrating Kwanzaa, or any other holidays I don't know about, or if you don't celebrate holidays, hopefully you guys are enjoying your time. But regardless, I'm not gonna take up too much time on this intro. I'm super excited to get into this and hopefully you guys are as well. So without further ado, let's get into this. I'll see all you guys on the other side. Okay, so this is where I paused before last time. I have not been in the comments of the last video. That's not true. I went to the comments of the last video and literally the first comment I saw, I think was a spoiler. And so I just shut it down. I was just like, nah, I can't do it. I love interacting with you guys. It's actually like one of my favorite parts of like doing this. That's why I am so in the comments and talk to people in my comments more than like most YouTubers do. But also I don't want to spoil myself. So like shame on that person. If you left a great comment on the last video that I did not respond to, I'm sorry, blame that person. But with that being said, I didn't really like get feedback on my theory of like his weird dancing relative to the rest of the people so far in the songs, the cast, whatever. And if you guys also feel like that is due to him being from like a different location and having a different perspective on life due to that, and that leading to different dance moves and him teaching the people around him different. I talked about this in the outro, but a lot of you guys don't watch the outro. So it's expanded upon more in the outro of the last video. But that is my theory on his dancing and the dancing being different in this song relative to like the styles of dancing in the other songs leading up to this. And so, yeah, I don't know what you guys said about that. Hopefully you guys did like respond to that, have some thoughts on that, whatever. I still feel that, by the way. I haven't read anything to like change my stance on that theory because like the only thing I read I think was a spoiler and I just ran away from the comments after that. So yeah, throwing that back out there again because I still feel that. If you guys have interesting comments on that from the last video, you could just like copy and paste it onto this one or write some new stuff. Or if you didn't comment on it last time and you would like to comment on it this time, please do, because I'm interested on like there being a dialogue on that. But like also hopefully like you guys witch hunt any people leaving spoilers in the comments, because like, yeah, this is not fun if you guys spoil it for me. And so just before we get into like what's coming, I just want to put that out there. Also explain why I wasn't in the comments of the last video, didn't respond to your comment if you leave comments in videos. And also like rile up an angry mob for any future spoilers because that sucks. Don't do that. I hate it. So yeah, if you're not a spoiler, but you see people spoiling, shame them publicly so they stop. All right. Anyway, let's get into it and let's see what Bach has to say. Oh, I remember this scene pissed me off. Well, the beginning. I don't know where it goes, but I think I know where it goes, and it was pissing me off already. So let's see.
Listen, Nessa.
Yes?
Nessa, I've got something to confess, a reason why. Well, why I ask.
Listen, Nessa, I've got something to confess, a reason why. I see what y'all did there. I can be aggravated with the plot part of it and still appreciate the writing part of it. You feel me? So I see, but also, bruh. Gingers have souls, but maybe not this one. Cause like, bruh, don't do my girl Nessa like that, okay? Why I asked you here to, yeah, oh, geez. This is gonna get ugly quick.
Why I asked you here tonight, and I know it isn't fair.
It's not.
Why?
You do?
It's because I'm in this chair.
You're great. I asked you because you are so beautiful.
Look, I think you're wonderful. We deserve each other, don't we, Bach?
You know what? Let's dance.
What?
Let's dance.
Okay, all right. That could have gone worse. I still don't love it. I don't love it. Hopefully Bach did come to like a legit realization, and not like, you know, I still don't, even if he did, I don't love that it like came that way, but like, hopefully he did realize that like him and Glinda are never going to be a thing. And so like, he just lets go of that and like appreciates the person who is actually appreciating him. I have so many feelings. I was anticipating it being worse than that. Like I was anticipating it getting dark quick. Also the fact that like Nessa was like already, she said yes, but she already kind of just assumed that, or maybe she started assuming, sorry, I'm not finishing my thoughts before I jump to the next thought. Let me finish my point. Maybe she assumed that once he said, I have something to confess to you, she immediately went negative, which was basically like, you're only asking me because like I'm in this chair and he felt sorry for me. Technically, he didn't feel sorry for her. Technically, on paper, it was Glinda who felt sorry for her, but not really. She was just like deflecting his energy away from her towards somebody else so that she could focus on Prince Fierro. But from his perspective, it was Glinda that was feeling sorry for her. So technically, he didn't lie on that part of the statement that he didn't ask her because he felt sorry for her in the chair. He wasn't even thinking about her. He was just doing what Glinda wanted. But like also him flipping it like, oh, I asked you because you're so beautiful. No, you didn't. No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Even if you do think she's beautiful, even if that realization of her beauty came to you in the moment after you saw Fierro and Glinda kissing, that's a lie. That's a lie. You didn't have to lie. You didn't have to say anything. You also didn't have to ask her, or you could have asked her for your own positive. I don't like the situation. I feel like of the multitude of possibilities that this could have gone, if I'm Doctor Stranging it and seeing 10,000 different realities of the way that this could have played out, this is not the worst one so far. Probably not the worst one in general, but not the worst one so far. But like, it's still not a good one, you know? Like this is still a dark timeline. It's not the best timeline. It's not even like, it's not close, but like, it's also not the worst timeline, you know? So like, I recognize that and therefore feel conflicted, you know, but I still don't like the way that this is played out. Hopefully this goes down some like happier path than I'm thinking. Like hopefully these two work out. It's great. Him asking her to dance is super cute, and I recognize that, but I also just like, it's all tainted by like how we got here, you know? Like it don't feel right to me. So anyway, she looks like, okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but that outfit kind of looks like a Pennywise cosplay. Like I've seen women cosplay as Pennywise for Halloween or like at like comic conventions and stuff like that, because I'm a nerd, okay? But that kind of, like if she dyed her hair red, you see what I'm saying? Like if he was wearing that, or if they had a daughter and their daughter was a redhead. Yes, they do make redheaded black people, and she looks mixed. their child would obviously be mixed. Their child could theoretically be redheaded. And if they wore that dress later, it would be like a perfect Pennywise cosplay. And that's like that's such a random thought, but that's just where my brain went. So now that I've said that, this would be a super uber cute moment if it just wasn't tainted by the absolute weirdness of, not even just weird, just the absolute like trashness of how they ended up going together. But anyway, my whole point about Fiyero and Elphaba and Glinda having a love triangle is not looking great right now, because like Elphaba's not even there and Glinda and Fiyero are kissing on the dance floor. Very romantic moment. So we'll see. There's still a lot of movie left to go, I know, but we'll see. That was my initial theory. Not all my theories are right. I'm the first one to admit that. But okay, I'm gonna try to focus on the cuteness of this moment and not like the crappiness of how it was orchestrated, and just enjoy the goodness while it is happening.
You.
Me?
And you can go back to doing whatever this is.
No. Seriously, I admire you so.
Enough.
A magic wand.
Oh, before it happens, I want to, wow. Okay, so, wow. So, Glinda pushing Bach to ask Nessa to the dance, making Nessa happy, which causes her to tell Elphaba that Glinda is the reason she's about to have the best night of her life, which makes Elphaba want to befriend, or at least not be as cold with Glinda. And then Glinda doing her like fake, oh, I'm giving you this hat because it fits you, and da-da-da, like the whole like fake invite thing that she did, then leads Elphaba to feel like, okay, Glinda is trying to be my friend. And so Elphaba goes to Miss Morrible and asks Miss Morrible, because she said at the end of the last part, right before they go off to the dance, hold on, let me like go back so you guys can see it, because it's, you know, been a little while. Yeah, okay. So Elphaba goes to Miss Morrible and asks her for a favor. I didn't know what the favor was going to be. To be honest, I was more concerned about the dance. Like my brain wasn't really focused on that. But the favor, tutoring Glinda and giving her a wand. Oh, wow, that's crazy. This is so interesting, the way that they've like strung all of these events together. It's kind of like dark, because like a lot of them are not, it's good things coming from not good intentions, if that makes sense. Good from the standpoint of Nessa is happy currently. Elphaba and Glinda, their like weird toxic relationship is like getting better, at least from the standpoint of like Elphaba's side of it. Glinda, it's good because like now she's getting what she wanted, which was to be trained in sorcery by Miss Morrible. Yeah, wow, this is complicated. This is very, yeah, interesting. I didn't expect any of this to like go like this, or any of this to lead to any of this. So yeah, I would have predicted that Glinda like subtly letting down Bach would lead to her getting a wand and getting accepted into sorcery class. I don't know if her magic is just like being super lucky, like kind of like Domino from Marvel. She's a comic book character. If you've seen Deadpool 2, she's in Deadpool 2. Her superpower is luck. It's actually like probability manipulation, but in the movie, in the cinematic universe, it's luck, and like everything just works out for her. Maybe that's Glinda's magic. I don't know, but like that's a crazy series of events to lead to this moment here. I'm assuming that's what's happening here. I could be completely wrong, but like that, it feels like that's where this is leading, because she's clearly not there to shut it down. And Elphaba had just asked her for a favor. What other favor could Miss Morrible do that would then lead to Glinda getting a wand, other than like taking her on as a student, you know? But anyway, let's continue. That's where my brain is going with this. I really hope I'm right, because if not, that whole pause would be pointless. But at least you guys see how my brain works.
It's a training wand.
a training one for me. Thank you for having faith in me.
Actually, I have no faith in you. This is your roommate's idea, not mine. Miss Alphaba has requested that I include you in our sorcery seminar and insisted that I tell you this very night or she would quit. My personal opinion, dear, is that you do not have what it takes. I hope you prove me wrong. I doubt you will.
Damn. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is wow. 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 That was a read, fam. That was the wow. She didn't have to do her like that.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
I don't even like Glinda. I've been very, very open about this to the point of like losing viewers because of it and like getting literal death threats because I don't know why people are so impassioned about this. But there are people who really, really dislike me for really, really disliking Glinda. I'm very on the record about my disdain for a lot of the things that she does. And yet here we are. I feel bad for her because like she didn't have to do her like that. Like she was like very, like you would think I would just be like, yeah, but I don't. Like she didn't have to. She's like, hey, I admire you. You're my hero. I really want nothing more than to be trained by you. And she's like, you don't have what it takes. I think you're going to fail. I don't care about you at all. I'm only here because the person I do care about, for some reason, thinks you have what it takes. But reminder, I don't think you do. I think you're going to fail. So here. Ouch.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
Like that's crazy. I don't know that I could recover from that. I'm a sensitive soul. Okay. I would have cried. I would have cried right there on the spot. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, Elphaba's getting here. I see her peeking around the corner. She's wearing the hat, so this is probably going to be tragic. And based off Galinda's face right here, she is, yeah, she's going to feel guilty. You should, because what you did was not nice. Don't treat people like a mean girl, okay? So anyway, we're going to get into this. We're going to make it through this faster, hopefully. But there's like every scene, there's so much happening that yeah, she still looks like a loofah, by the way. That was funny. Anyway, now I'm a little bit Team Glinda because I feel like, one, she's about to feel bad for the way that she's been treating Elphaba because Elphaba just like literally handed her dream on a platter. And two, like, yeah, basically she just met her hero and she just crushed her. I mean, she crushed her a little bit last time, but it was more like I'm too busy to talk to you. This time, she just literally said, you are not her. You don't have what it takes. Like, I'm only here because the person who I actually do believe in, for some reason, thinks you're worthy of my time. Oh, and by the way, that person is the person who you've been treating poorly, so you should go thank her.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
And so, yeah, that's dark, dude. That's, man. Okay, anyway, let's see how everybody's gonna, they're gonna act so dramatic when Elphaba gets there because of her hat and because she's green and because it's gonna be so, it's gonna be a lot. But regardless, things are heating up. I'm very interested to see how how the magic courses go now that I will actually be able to see what Galinda's real magic power is. Elphaba has like some type of telekinesis situation that Mrs. Morrible has been training her with the like, hey, levitate the coin thing. But Glinda hasn't shown that ability at all. And so I don't know what her training will look like or how it will go. I know eventually she ends up being able to fly in bubbles, but like other than that, I don't know what her magic is. So I'm interested. Anyway, let's continue.
I doubt you will. You may want to thank her. She just got here.
What?
Bruh, I know y'all are not dressed like the rich people from Hunger Games and y'all out here laughing at her hat. First off, sir, what is up with your hair? What are you right here with the swirly octopus hair that's pink and blonde? No, you can't be laughing at nobody. Please jump off a bridge. You right here, what is this sticking out your head? You got antenna like a bug. I'm coming for all y'all, bro. Don't be laughing at my girl Elphaba, bro. I don't like this at all. One person, I said that I only read one comment. That's not true. I think I read 2 comments. One person on the previous part left a comment, I think it was on Patreon, that said, like, the way they interpreted the scene of Glinda giving the hat to Elphaba, they think Glinda actually likes the hat, which is why she kept the hat from like her grandmother. It was with her stuff. She didn't have to pack it and bring it to school, but she did. She didn't wear it because she knew that other people wouldn't like it. Like, she's socially aware enough to know that other people wouldn't like the hat, but she likes the hat personally, or at least has sentimental value because like her grandmother made it for her. And so that's why she kept it. But once like her friends like found the hat and was like, oh my goodness, what is this? Then she was kind of like backed into this corner of like peer pressure to like give it away. So I say all of that to say that like, if that theory is true, and personally, I like that headcanon because it makes Glinda seem like less of a monster. If that headcanon is true and Glinda does in fact like the hat, she likes the hat, but also knows that other people wouldn't like the hat, seeing Elphaba then wear the hat after like doing basically all the stuff that she's done for her tonight, which is make her dream come true, and then get like chastised for it, knowing that she was already like shunned by everyone, that has to cut deep. And you could kind of see on Glinda's face in here, she's feeling bad. She does have some level of guilt, you know, which is good. That supports my earlier point that Glinda is not a good person, but like she's not malicious. Does that make sense? Like, she does have a conscience. She's not like a psychopath. She is aware of the things that she is doing impacting people and how they can impact people. And that does influence her behavior. And that then leads to me having hope that like she can get better, especially now that like Elphaba has shown her that like basically you can be a social pariah and unpretty and not beloved by the institutions that she holds dear and near and still be a really good, kind, and sweet person. Hence, she went out of her way to make Glinda's dream come true. And so I am hoping, I said all that to say that I'm hoping that this moment is the genesis of the redemption, in my mind, not in your guys' mind. I know a lot of you guys loved her the entire time, but in my mind, of Glinda as a character. Like, we are at the point in her character arc where like something changes and there's a paradigm shift in like how she tries to approach the world, people, and just different situations. And hopefully this isn't just like another like whipping and lashing of Elphaba for no reason, because like that would suck. We got it already. Everybody hates her and thinks she's creepy and gross and ugly and what. Like, I don't need another scene of that if it doesn't lead to something tangible happening in the plot. And this has been written well enough so far that I feel like it will. And so I'm like going out on a ledge and saying I think that this is going to be the moment that things change for Glinda specifically as a character, which then will lead to the bettering of their relationship between Elphaba and Glinda from Glinda's side. For Elphaba, that shift was the situation with Nessa and like her getting invited to the dance. And then hopefully the other side of that coin for Glinda is happening now here at the dance / with her getting accepted into sorcery school because of Elphaba.
I'll say this much. She doesn't give a twig what anyone thinks.
Of course she does. She just pretends not to. I feel awful.
Why? It's not like it's your fault.
Excuse me.
What are you doing? Stop.
No.
Wow. That was wow. That was a really powerful scene. And it really gives you a lot to think about as far as life and people. Everybody there are followers. Every single one of them. All of them are there because they followed Fiyero off on some nihilistic whimsy to have fun at a place they're not supposed to be at. All of them are pointing and staring and shunning Elphaba because she's different. They other her because she is different. And even Glinda, to an extent, is a follower. She is a trendsetter who is very, very aware of the people following her and the people who look up to her and idolize her and their expectations of her as that saintly being that they see her as. They put her on a pedestal, but as a result, they also hold her to a standard that she then feels compelled to live up to. And this moment is like the first moment you see her like really stepping out into being a trendsetter without feeling the pressure, or not necessarily without feeling the pressure, because she clearly felt the pressure, but she overcame the pressure to set trends in a way that still fits the mold that people see her as and still lives up to the standard that they set. You know, the first day of school, her interaction with Elphaba and her interaction here are very different. Both are her and Elphaba in a circle of people, all of which are looking up to Glinda and looking down on Elphaba, pointing, staring in horror, laughing. The way that she maneuvers through those situations are vastly different. In the first one, it's all about like, oh, I'll help you because I'm such a good person. Right, guys? This one, it's like, I see you. I see you in a way that no one else here sees you. Everybody else is so focused on othering you that they don't really see you. Fiyero is not focused on othering you, but Fiyero is misinterpreting you. He thinks you just don't care that you are othered. You just don't care what other people think about you, but that's not right either. I see that your isolation bothers you, but you wear that loneliness as an armor. You're turning your weakness and your fear and your sadness into a strength of, well, I just don't care. But in reality, you do. It hurts you. And I am a part of that pain. I have inherently fed into this system that has made you feel so alone and so different that you have to pretend that you don't care. But I know that you do, because everybody does. I know this better than anyone, because even though they all look up to me, I still care. And so her stepping out and really like, she kind of stuck her neck out for Elphaba in this moment, in that she could have tarnished her reputation from the standpoint of like this like deified being that they see her as, that's just like floating above everybody else. She could have lost that and become an outcast and othered as well. What ended up happening is that everybody there doesn't really have a spine. They don't think for themselves. So when their metaphorical trendsetter or metaphorical, mental leader was like, no, this is actually good. You guys are laughing at her. You guys are making fun of her dance and afraid of her dance. But actually, this dance is cool and I'm gonna do it. And then everybody else is like, you know what? Yeah, this dance is kind of cool. Like there have been studies that show like there's like a bell curve of like the popularity of a thing or the popularity of trends, where there initially are trendsetters who start out doing it, and there are very, very few people who are interested in it. Those people are often looked down upon or shunned because what they are doing is different from whatever is currently popular at the time. But over time, more and more people hop on the trend, hop on the wave, and then eventually that becomes the standard. That becomes the trend. That becomes the thing that is popular. By that time, the trendsetters are already moving on to something new because the way they're wired is to do things different. But this is now, the top of the bell curve, where 80% of people are now consuming this thing, now interested in this thing, now feeling this way, now doing whatever the trend is, right? And then over time, as the trendsetters move on to new trends, more and more people, follow them into whatever the new trend is. And you start to slope down. Whatever the trend is starts to lose steam. It's no longer as popular. And over time, less and less people are into it. And the people who are left are either the people who are late to the party, the people who just found out about slang that was popular in the 2000s, or the people who are just now adopting fashion, clothing, media, songs, whatever, that were once super popular, but have since fell from grace, so to speak. And so you have a few people who are left in that group, as well as a few people who, regardless of it not being popular anymore, they still really love that thing. And so they're still consuming or partaking in whatever that trend is. And so you have this bell curve of popularity, and influencers, like actual influencers, not like me, like people who make content for a living, but I mean like people who actually influence culture, who actually move the needle and set trends. They understand the way this works. There's a person in my brain who is like, their whole career and existence is kind of like emblematic of this bell curve trend, and they very much sit at the forefront of trends. But I can't say who that person is right now because they've been canceled 12 times over, and are generally not a good person, but they are very much a trendsetter in that they will do things that at the time seem insane, crazy, weird, strange, but then later go on to become popular and the straight up trend that everyone is doing. And by that time, that person has then moved on to some other weird, strange, crazy tangent. You probably know who I'm talking about if you sit and think about the way that I have worded this. But if not, that's okay. It's not really relevant to the point. The point is that up until this point, Glinda has been at the forefront of what is deemed acceptable and what is deemed something that you should aspire to, but she has not been courageous enough to step out of that into truly setting trends, into truly influencing people to think differently on things. She has seen the way that people have thought about things and then embraced that and become the pinnacle of that. And so she represents what was already deemed to be good, valuable, acceptable, but she was not pushing that into new spheres. And this is the first moment where we see her doing that, which is really dope. Shows a lot of growth in a character in like 5 minutes of footage, and also really shows how much she's gotten, that she has been a large part of what has made Elphaba feel othered, and also how much she understands Elphaba in that othering has been like traumatic to her, you know? And so, yeah, we went like a decent while without me like just really saying anything, because I wanted to see it play out. But as soon as she stepped forward, I kind of got where this was heading. It was really, really important that they included the part where she turns to her friends, like her little like evil henchmen, and they're like, hey, stop. Because again, they are not mavericks in thought. They are, you know, the quintessential mean girl henchmen. They don't think for themselves. They are not the big boss, the big bad. They are not the main bully. They are just the other people there following around who they deem to be like worthy of following. And so they aren't mature enough mentally, and they also aren't wired in a way to lead from the standpoint of pushing the envelope. And so for them, what Glinda is doing is like, hey, don't you see, like, this is not good. You're interacting with the weird girl with the weird dance. Like, we're supposed to be shunning her. This is not socially good. And like the moment where Glinda says no, like the acting in this scene is actually like really, really good, especially from Ariana and Cynthia. Like just so great, so much pain in Cynthia's eyes as she is like, tears are welling up in her eyes. So much fear and courage in Ariana's face as she's like stepping out from the crowd. She's always been at the forefront of the crowd, but never been out ahead of the crowd. Does that make sense? And so for her to like metaphorically and literally step out from the masses to like bridge the gap between Elphaba and society is like a really, really powerful moment. And yeah, I feel like I've talked about that a lot, but that was a crazy scene is what I'm saying. That I did not expect all of that to come from this little dance. And so the fact that they packed such a powerful scene into this moment is astounding to me, you know? But anyway, now we're gonna watch everybody do Elphaba's dance like they weren't just 5 seconds ago acting like she was crazy to be doing that dance. But yeah, anyway. The little moment where Elphaba cries and Glinda wipes her tear, like we was this close. We was right on the edge to like unredeemable for this character, for me. And she didn't just like, she's like grabbed our hand right as we was falling off the edge, right after we was about to jump off the cliff, and she grabbed us. She grabbed us, bro. Like Darkseid grabbing Superman's cape. She just, yeah. That was interesting. That was a very interesting moment there. The writing in this is great. It's great. I get why so many of you guys like it, and why there's also like a second movie that came out. Because like, yeah, just this scene here, from the moment where Fiyero shows up to now, that's not really one scene, but you get what I'm saying. From the moment where Fiyero shows up, starts influencing everybody, to now is like so many interesting character moments, and so much interesting development on everybody's part who was already in the story before Fiyero showed up. I say everybody, like the main characters who have names that we know. I don't even know what the blonde chick and the Asian dude's names are. Like they're obviously like characters, minor characters in the movie, but like I don't know what their names are. But like for the characters who have names, I feel like all of them have had, except like maybe Miss Marvel, all of them have had like tangible development in such a short period. And so that's very interesting to me. Okay, so that's where I was supposed to stop for this part. I'm going to film the next part like right after this. So that will be coming soon. I basically said everything I wanted to say in the outro during that pause because I didn't realize it was right before this part is supposed to end. But yeah, this movie, if you can see from like the little, I don't know what this is called, the timeline here. This is like the first half of the movie, and then I have like the second half of the movie in a second part because that's how it was sent to me. So yeah, we will be getting into the next part shortly. Thank you so much for being here. I'll probably have more to say in the outro, but not that much because I just said all of that in that super long pause. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you in the outro. Okay, so that was really interesting. I was getting close to just being like really done with Glinda as a character. Not really, because like I'm the kind of person who I'm always like, as new information presents itself, I'm always willing to change my position. But you get what I'm saying. Like I was really fed up with like Glinda's antics, and this part gave us a lot more growth from the character. You know, gave us like really interesting character moments as far as like hopefully Bach's realization that him and Glinda are never going to be a thing. So like focus on the girl who actually cares about you, who actually sees value in you. And so like hopefully he does that. I've never been one who like has been interested in people who aren't interested in me. Like I'm not the kind of person to try to like convince you of my worth or whatever. If you don't like me, you don't like me. I'm not just gonna like chase you forever. That just feels like really creepy and like stalkerish to me. So that's never like really been like the people who like play hard to get. Like that never works on me. Like if you play hard to get, I'm just like not interested in, like you're not interested in me, okay, I'm not interested, I'll move on. So like I appreciate, hopefully I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm appreciating Bach hopefully coming to the realization that like him and Glinda aren't a thing, never gonna be a thing. So like focus on Nessa Rose because like she actually likes you. But at the same time, I still hate the way that they came together. That's like a terrible story. And he clearly has some level of like conscience because he seemed like he was going to like tell her in that moment, like, hey, this is the reality of the situation. But like then, you know, he saw Fiyero kissing Glinda and he was just like, you know what, bump it, let's go dance. So hopefully that wasn't just like a momentary trying to spite Glinda even though she doesn't care about him situation. And like hopefully he did actually have a paradigm shift there. Hopefully that was like a legit paradigm shift for Glinda as a character. With getting into sorcery school, which we're about to have a bunch of interesting stuff happen there, I'm assuming, with the sorcery class. The only sorcery class we've seen was like crazy, where Elphaba was like levitating the coin and like shot it across the room. So I'm interested to see more of the sorcery classes with those two. Interested to see like what Glinda's like magic is, or what her magic type is, or what. I don't really understand the magic system in this world as of yet. So hopefully we'll get more explanation on that. We still have the animal situation lingering, which the animals like are all of the musicians in the club were animals. And I'm wondering if that's the reason they're not supposed to go there. Like the students are forbidden to go there because the musicians in the club are animal. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure why they were forbidden from going there, but they didn't get in trouble when Miss Morrible showed up because she was just there to deliver the wand. So we'll see how that plays out, and like Fiyero's like nihilistic view, how that goes on to affect the students. But yeah, there's just like so much happened in that part that is just feels like it has massive ramifications for like the rest of the story and the character interactions from here on out. So yeah, I really enjoyed that part. It was like a lot of talking for the first half, and then like the second half is just like me like sucked in watching. Like I was like very invested in what was happening, and then it was bookended with a lot more talking, both with my last pause and also here, because you know outros are always long on my videos. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I don't remember what the emoji for the last video was. I think I said it was a hat in the last video. So this time we're going to do a dancing emoji. There are 2 separate dancing emojis. There's like a woman wearing a red dress doing like salsa or something, and then there's like a dude in like a disco outfit thing. That's also a dance, just dancing emojis. Let me know that you have made it to this point in the video by leaving those dancing emojis. One of them, both of them, doesn't matter, in the comment section down below. If you can't find the dancing emojis, just type the word dance. Just let me know that you made it to this point in the video so I can thank you personally. Hopefully I will get to you and your comment before I get to a spoiler and then just like rage quit and not have to see that anymore. I don't like spoilers, so like once I see one, I just kind of like just stop so I don't have to see more. But hopefully I get to a bunch of comments and the mods and also you guys like beat anybody with spoilers in the comment section so they stop leaving them, and that allows me to thank you personally for watching to this point in the video. I really do appreciate it. It also boosts the algorithm so this video goes out to more people, which will then help me make more videos in the future. So thank you so much for leaving those emojis down in the comment section down below. You guys have a great day, and I'll be seeing all of you guys here on the channel soon. Peace.
Neurotoxin, cytotoxin, given all its effects, it just can't be boxed in. It's so strong, I have to call it oxen. Feel it deep in your veins like hemotoxin. Cytotoxin, myotoxin, it raises your hair, it's all over your skin. When music hits, it'll make your head spin. Feel it deep in your brain like neurotoxin. I'm the Goliath, Leone on the scene. Feel the vibration on stock of beans. Cut out the burrow, hit you with the turbo. Don't need a referral to know I'm mean. Why am I blue green? It's just a smoke screen. Helps inject cuisine like a new vaccine. You're shaking your denim when you feel this venom. Not talking black bile that comes from your spleen.